One of the hallmarks of growing up in a narcissistic family, in a family headed by one or both parents with pathological narcissism, is that your individual problems never get dealt with. The individual problems of the children are always filtered through the distorted lens of the narcissistic parent, right? And so the problems never get properly defined, right? The main problem being you have a narcissistic parent. And so what happens is it layers trauma on top of trauma on top of trauma. The trauma of normal life, that people go through traumatic experiences, we have all of these problems, and the trauma of being completely unseen and unprotected in those problems. As this kind of ice storm descends upon the American South and large parts of the country, it's important to understand what a disaster this is going to be, because we are essentially all living in a narcissistic family, where the problems that we're facing as a country are all getting filtered through the distorted lens of Donald Trump's narcissism, of American exceptionalist narcissism, of these layers of distortions that exist within our culture. And so, I mean, to me, there's this odd symmetry. There's an ice storm descending upon the American South. If I were somebody that believed God was in charge of everything, I'd probably see this as a sign that what we're doing is the wrong thing, right? What this country is doing, right? Is ice being sent to stop the ice? It's all so fucking crazy. But we have to understand we're largely going to be dealing with this alone. So I'm currently in the South visiting my girlfriend. We're going to spend the day preparing and stocking up on supplies, and we all need to be doing that, depending on where we live. But we have to understand the scope of the problem we're dealing with. That all of our problems now are being manufactured. They're being inflicted upon us, and at the kind of like expense of all of our real problems, because we have real problems as a culture, and none of them are being dealt with on a governmental level, and they haven't been for a very long time. And so I hope everybody stays safe. I hope everybody is stocking up on supplies, and good luck.